When Jesus says the only true God is the Father, what do you understand by that?
So how I understand it, the Trinity can be summed up as God as an essence, a singular essence. There are three beings in that essence.
That's not in the Bible.
So, no, he doesn't need to be in the Bible. It's
It
basically...
doesn't need to be in the Bible. That's the end of the discussion. Okay, by the way, John 7:3
Yeah?
has no mention about three beings or three persons. Neither does any other part of the Bible. That's the reason you had to say, you had no other option but to say that I'm not taking it from the Bible. So where are you taking it from then? The church, right?
I'm taking it basically from the Trinitarian viewpoint of the essence
From the
of
church.
God.
Just say it.
Not from the church,
Then
it was
where?
from a YouTube video, and it explains it very well.
I think we should end it here.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15 says that if we want to understand the truth of the Bible, and if we do not want to make a fool of ourselves, we must study the Bible as if we're giving a written test before God. The reason why many Christians make a fool of themselves in such debates is, one, because they have not studied the Bible enough, and two, this is just not their calling. The apologetics ministry and defending the gospel is not everyone's cup of tea. If you want to defend the gospel, you need to study the Bible. Not just read, study. In John chapter 14 and verse 1, Jesus clearly mentioned who He is. If you're looking for God, look to Jesus. If you want to believe in God, believe in Jesus. In John chapter 14 and verse 5, Thomas asked Jesus, "Show us the way." Now Jesus could have answered this question by so many other means, especially if He was just a prophet or just a man. But Jesus answered this question from Thomas by saying, "I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life." In John 14:7, Jesus made a clear distinction between Him, the Son, and the Father. But Jesus also told the disciples that henceforth you have seen the Father through me. And then in John chapter 14 and verse 8, Philip asked Jesus the golden question. Philip asked, "Show us the Father." And again, Jesus could have chosen so many different options for answers, especially if He was just a prophet or a saint or merely a man. Jesus answered Philip, "You've seen the Father. You've seen me, right? You've seen the Father. Every time you're looking at me, you're looking at the Father." And then Jesus goes ahead to say something that no human being, no saint, and no prophet has ever said. Jesus said, "I am in the Father, and the Father is in me." Jesus was explaining to the disciples that the one that they called God was more than just one person. So in John chapter 14, Jesus, beyond all doubt, clearly lists two divine persons in the triune God, the Father and the Son. And then in John chapter 14 and verse 16, Jesus lists the third person in the triune God. Jesus says, "I'll talk to the Father, and He will send you another." And Jesus calls Him the Spirit of truth, and Jesus calls Him the Comforter. So read John chapter 14 and study all the 31 verses, because this is just one of the chapters in the New Testament where Jesus goes beyond all doubt to proclaim His divinity, but also to proclaim that the one God that we believe in is three distinct divine persons: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.